know what it is, man.
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's going on, dog?
We are Savage AF, and we're in a different looking digs than before. I said digs.
Well, the digs there's a lot of nooks and crannies over here. Shout out to Petty Cash Studios.
Yeah.
But this is still Savage AF.
Yeah.
We are still your host.
Different look.
I'm getting used to the spatial part.
Yeah, did you just do that? He
but
bit the mic.
I am Black Pedro.
Yo, what's up? I'm Shang, and I wanted to say thank you guys for watching us for the whole time. We've been rocking out with the new format. We appreciate it. Savage AF, we bring you the real without any fluff or flarn or filth. Well, filth, there's definitely filth, because I like putting a little filth in the flarn.
Filth, flarn,
yes.
Filth. Now, when you say we give them the real, what you're referring to is politics, hot topics, current events, and then I don't give a fluff kind of style. Now, the algorithm says don't curse too early, but
not too early.
Good hecky darn dookie, I don't give a ding.
So we can't.
Yeah.
Not yet. But also make sure you check us out on all our social media platforms. If you do that, you're a good person. Your feet stink and you don't have any bad breath ever. I don't care if you ate a whole pie of doo-doo. Your breath will still smell good.
Pie of doo-doo.
And how you do that is you follow us on our Savage AF
YouTube channel. So it's youtube.com/C/Savage AF World. All one word.
Right.
When you get there, get notified, subscribe, click the little bell, and then it'll tell you when we go live, and then you can join us on our channel and say foul things to us.
Right.
Like Lady Hazel May or Sexy Puerto Rican always does.
People that
Damani Jones, I see is right there.
With their bull. But I also make sure you follow us on Instagram. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll feel better. I'm trying to get used to this whole, I'm looking here and here.
I gotta say, your solo shot, you look like a jazz poet.
What?
Who travels through time.
All right, what I need y'all to do is, if you get a chance, make sure you follow us on the Instagram.
I did.
At Black Pedro and at Comedian Shang.
That was jazzy, brother. That was jazzy. Give it up for Electric Lotus. Just I don't know what your new space name would be.
My new album. It's called Tingling Lizard Feet, which I don't know.
Yeah,
but I bet you people would buy it. All right, so check it out. There's been last week I had a blessing and a thing. It's so long I had to do last week. We missed, but this week we have so much new topics to talk about. There's been so much chicanery and shit-talkery that has gone on, which is actually a mushroom too, right?
That's a shiitake. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get in my space.
First you bit it, then you went.
Now I'm knocking it everywhere.
All right, but there's been so much stuff going on in the country. We have to get into it. And again, we can say what the fuck it is now because we're at that point. We need to have a revolution. This is how I feel since I've been hearing all of this bullshit that's going on. We need to have a revolution, and all you pussy-ass Democrats need to come with it, and all you moderates and you progressives, we need to collectively jump these motherfuckers, period.
And since we don't promote violence here on Savage AF,
we absolutely promote
violence. Shang was definitely referring to a poetry revolution.
No, I wasn't talking about violence.
I think that's
physical violence. I'm thinking we need physical, like, or either that, or we can't smack them metaphorically because half of the MAGA doesn't know what metaphorically means. So I think we need to kick them down some steps. I want to see AOC with a sword.
And and I know what you mean. You're totally talking about.
No, I mean violence.
But in a poetic sense, like
no, I mean actual grab them by their ears, knee their forehead through the back of their head, so their forehead goes through their asshole, and when they take a shit, they can see what's coming out their booty hole. So,
and I'm pretty sure you meant grab them by the ears means get their attention and get them listening.
If you want to twist it to that, let's do that.
And then knee them in the brain stuff.
Well, I mean,
was probably just like we want to shock you with knowledge and information.
Right. But there's no reaching over the aisle to people like MAGA, and because MAGA is going to come up. And I've decided this today about the show. MAGA is simply not going to listen to any rationale or reason. And so I say we just knuckle up.
Not what they do.
That's not what they do. That's not our thing.
Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. That's our motto. We are grown-ass men who like to curse. So fuck you, Al Gore, and your rhythm.
Yeah. And by the way, nothing's wrong with a droid. All you ladies that don't like the green bubbles, you're whores.
By the way, right behind Shane right now is his first droid phone.
That is my first droid.
It's an Abacus, yeah.
You know what? I think that's wrong of anybody to mock me, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's okay. Because I do have an iPhone. I just don't like it. How about that?
Speaking of liking it, man, we appreciate those who do follow.
Oh, there's a lot of people.
Damani Jones, Lady Hazel May.
She
said Black Pedro is looking more buff in the chest. Thank you. These are called breasts. I need a reduction. But yeah, we're gonna be in that gym, girl. Don't worry. Pool body is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Thank you for noticing my breasts. Please send me pictures of yours. If you're a single ladies out there,
sexual harassment. But
I said please, and if they send it, it's consent.
Please, it makes it different.
If they send it, it's consent.
Right. If you kidnap somebody, if you say please, it makes it different.
Yeah. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. As of the recording of today's show, it is Wednesday, May 14th, 2025, in the time-space continuum. This is Savage AF, Black Pedro, comedian Shang. We're going to give you today's run-up, because we're going to run up on your ass. Today's Shangri. We're going to end with a Shangri.
It's you'd have to get it to get it, but
I think most of y'all get it. But
get it.
According to Shang, no GOP should be allowed in the juke house.
Yeah.
In the juke joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you know, you know.
If you just let me in so we could all be one. No. You can't.
Something different about you.
You can't. Yeah, you can't come in.
But before we get into that, I'm gonna piggyback off of a quote I got from somebody. I see Rocco LeBerry out there. Thank y'all for joining in. Piggyback off of the Lions general manager Brad Holmes, and talk about choose your hard. Choosing.
Well, I know you
hard.
can speak on that because I'm sure you can't speak on the Pistons.
The Tigers are the best team in the American League right now.
I'm just saying right now.
Javier Baez is probably the hottest player.
Going to lose, and we are going to keep going to win the whole thing.
Bro, basketball season's over. You're so late. This is what's frustrating. Is you never keep up with the current events. Dog.
I'm letting you know right now.
It's baseball season.
It's baseball.
The Tigers are number one.
Okay, so. I like to do that because we were on the. All right, we're gonna get into the show. I showed my friends the shit he sent me when New York beat the Pistons. He actually said he wants a natural disaster to wipe out New York.
I mean, that wouldn't be my doing.
I know, but the fact you wished like a tsunami on the best city in the world.
Yeah, then why would a tsunami hit it? See, you guys' logic is always fucked up in New York. See, because you think you're the best, but you're really not. What it did is the referees stole that one game in Detroit, baby. Yeah. That was a foul on Hardaway, and then a couple of rookie. Y'all got lucky. Okay, Karl Anthony Towns don't shoot like that.
Boston, I want you to know you gave it a shot.
Anyways, choose your heart. Before we get into that, though, let's talk about, and this is going to be a heavy and serious one, but Blacklash is what we'll call it, as a father kills a cop in order to seemingly in order to avenge the death of his son.
And then 755 cops showed up for them.
We'll get into it, trust me. But before we get into that, let's be frank, or maybe not be frank. I do want to talk about Africa's eviction of Europe, of Europeans from their continent. It's starting to go down. So let's talk about that. But speaking of things going down, Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. This is not a new hip hop group, but we are witnessing something historical, a Bribe called Qwest.
Yeah, and it's definitely 14 times platinum.
Your boy Trumpy is for sale, dog. So
he's so for sale. He's like a hoe on dollar night. I'm telling you, the shit that he's doing right now, and the fact his logic is just fucking my head up.
Let's talk specifically right now as we speak. Trumpy Dumpty is in the Middle East. I believe specifically he's in Qatar or Qatar. How you know? I've heard it pronounced many different ways. I've been myself.
Yeah.
To Al Udeid Air Base. But President Trump is in Qatar, and it's for those who don't know, it's like a peninsular nation in the Gulf. I've never been hotter in my life, but many believe that the royals of that of Qatar or Qatar, are funders of Hamas and Hezbollah.
Also, they killed reporters. They kill reporters, and they film a lot of P tapes.
I mean, listen, we have a base there. Like I said, I've been. They got a KFC there. It's a lot of stuff going on.
Though.
Hey, I don't know what's going on. I didn't go, but the point is, we're already do and have been doing business with this nation for years. But most recently, they seem to be in the process of gifting a $400 million aerospace plane.
The other thing about it is the plane that they gifted will take another $2 billion to retrofit. So it's really.
Well, first of all, you got to go through and do a sweep for all the microphones, cameras, listening devices, and they get little gas pellets in the bathroom that knock out the Secret Service so that the fake flight crew can take over.
No. I just don't understand. And guess who's going to pay for that, you suckers? Guess who's going to pay for it? Yeah, MAGA and all you red states and all you people that think that, at least we got those people deported. Guess who's going to pay for that? The taxpayer is going to pay for the retrofit of this plane that he doesn't need, but he's going to get to take it with him when he leaves. He could take it with him. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Well, it's for the president's library. They're taking it with him so he can go and spread P tapes all across the land.
Listen, ain't going to be nothing but cans of gasoline and matches at the Trump library and coloring books for you idiots out there. Lady Hazel May says, I don't think he's going to be able to accept the plane. Well, he hasn't officially taken possession or accepted it yet.
But just to be clear, though, didn't you hear what he said? He said, I mean, it's free. Why wouldn't I take it?
I mean, listen, we know how he thinks, but more importantly, one of the points is that this is constitutionally
against the law.
Illegal. It's against the Constitution for a president to take gifts and accept gifts from him.
Clause, which he's been breaking since day one. You mean the one where he got his kids out there fucking doing all kind of shit? They selling shoes, bags, watches, hats. I think G-strings, cups. And I don't mean just ball cups. They selling them. So long as it got the Trump moniker on it, I guess it's okay. And the Republicans, quiet as fuck, ain't saying shit about it. I hate you all. I hope you all get herpes in your eye holes.
Yes. All right. Damani Jones says tonight. Shang background with books in the back of him is absolute comedy. Hey, man, we read sometimes.
By the way, I was saying that the other day when I was reading the book to your mother.
Yeah.
I was there with your mother, having a great time. I had her popping pimples on my back while your aunt filmed us in all kind of sexual positions.
Well, now because his last name is Jones, all I can hear is Mrs.
Yeah,
Mrs. Jones.
Yeah, I gave her what's it called? Dick therapy. Fuck you talking about? Because you see books behind me like I'm stupid. You shut up. You shut up. You're not a good person.
Yeah.
I don't like you. No.
Shout out to Damani Jones for
Damani Jones. No, Damani Jones. Let me tell you something. As dwarfs go, You're the biggest dwarf of them all. I hate you right now, man.
That's not right.
That's not right. Whatever. I see. Y'all don't see the thing with the thing. They look talk and smack.
So speaking of what's not right, okay, beyond this being against the Constitution for Trumpty Dumpty to accept any gift, but especially one of this magnitude, and to respond to Trump himself when he's like, "Why wouldn't I take it? It's free." It's like, because that's what a bribe is. Because
that's like, what bribe.
They're gonna want shit in return.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
And they're talking about the deals he's making, and they're supposed to buy hundreds of Boeing airplanes.
But that's not the main thing.
A $200 billion deal.
There's another, I forget how much it is, where he's opening up golf courses over there.
That's what they don't want you to talk about, Shane. Right. And that's when the CIA shuts this show down.
The lights go out.
But simultaneously while this is going on, and we're talking about planes and trains and automobiles.
Hotels.
Beavis and Butthead are also in Qatar. I'm sorry, Eric and Don Jr. Are also in Qatar. Doing these deals. With
setting up deals for hotels.
Trump hotels, also, Trump golf course.
The level, and when I saw them talking about it, the level of mediocrity of these two motherfuckers is astounding. I don't know. We get comments, people trying to talk shit about us and say all kind of shit. We are far superior mentally, intellectually than both of these cucks, and you know it. His sons are below average at best, and yet making millions of dollars, and they still talk shit about Hunter Biden. And I'm like, you talk shit about Hunter Biden, he made all this money. No, you're over there making billions. And this is the wild shit. The Republicans just sit there quiet, you little mimes, you bitch ass mimes. I wish I could stab you with a fake knife.
With the plane, especially, even
$400 million.
The plane itself,
is it $400 million?
That's how much the plane cost. Yeah, but and then the Qataris are buying $200 billion worth of Boeings, right? But even conservative cucks like Charlie Cook. Hey, let's call him that.
That's Charlie Cook.
He's out here like, you can't accept the plane.
You can't.
How is that putting America first? These are jihadists, and that might, the jihadists I don't know, but they at least see. I disagree. That this is. Right, this seems to be a line for them at least.
Stop it, Pedro. Every time we say there's a line, there ain't a line.
Listen,
he rapes a woman. They say that's the line,
right? But the Qataris, Shane, are brown.
Oh, that's true.
And it's okay to not like them.
You got me.
Okay, come on, Shang. Come on, man. Did you forget we're in America again?
You're right. All right, but no, the reason I said that is because it just seemed like they always say there's a line, there's a line, there's a line, there's a line. And there's not a line. There's never been a line. With the Republicans, they're in a cult. They want to hear the same shit. They don't give a fuck about like the law and anything like that. No. They want to erase black people off the planet. They want to send the Mexicans to Pluto, which I don't know how they're getting there, but they're
gonna make the Mexicans build the ship.
To go to Pluto. Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out, what do we do? That's why I say I wake up with violence. I think that
choose violence.
Yeah, you know why? Because
violence chose me.
Yeah, we didn't land on violence. I'm telling you right now, if you look at the different situations that's going on right now with this, what other way can you stop these motherfuckers? Can't use the Avengers because they broke up.
Well,
Thunderbolts, we don't even know if they're going to get another movie. Can't use them. So who do we use?
This goes back to there was a former. This is like in 1945, and at this point, the U.S. and Russia are allies against right. Germany and Japan, and so the U.S. ambassador to Russia, or the USSR at that point, was gifted an official United States seal.
Right.
From the Russians, which is just kind of a weird gift to get your seal from a foreign government.
This is a picture of your mama naked.
And for like 7 years,
right,
the Russians were able to collect intelligence because they had planted a device in the fucking.
Why do you think this plane is gonna be so lit up? It's gonna be on YouTube, TikTok. I just don't.
I mean, you got at some point, like I said, even conservative fucks and Republican shitheads are like, I mean, don't take the plane.
No, I bet you. No, he's going to take the plane, and they're going to roll over like they always roll over, and they're going to justify it. And what's her name? Little cryptic Barbie. What is the Bondi?
Oh, Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi's going to find some kind of lie and spin it. And I just think that he's going to keep getting away with it. The reason I say violence, I don't want people to think I'm just going to go out and start, stabbing people and punching people or nothing like that.
Why, when you have ninja stars?
Why would you do that?
Stab people
when you can do it from a distance?
Yeah.
And by the way, you hold them like with your two fingers like this. That's really how you throw them. Or you have to grip because you don't want it to cut the inner part of your hand. Why do I know that? Because I looked it up on YouTube.
He's YouTubing ninja.
Because once you buy them, I bought them as a goof, but then I got serious. Like, yo, I actually can throw these motherfuckers.
Hey,
yeah.
Listen,
So
for those who don't know, because Shane can't quite take possession of a firearm legally now, he has taken possessions of projectile weapons. Yeah, like ninja stars. Yes. No joke.
So, ladies, don't if you break up with me.
Yeah, if you hear. It's too late.
It's too late.
When you hear this,
and they're really sharp. I threw them into a tree, and it went thunk. I was like, "This is the shit."
Split a tree in half at the park.
Yeah. So, but I think that I don't want to use ninja stars on the Republicans or the MAGA, but I do.
Don't make me do it.
Don't make me throw the ninja right in their chest. But no, I really do think, what way have we stopped? Everything he's done corrupt. In the first 100 days, they said it's one of the worst first 100 days ever.
Well, you know what?
That's what they say. I don't know.
Yeah. And to answer, I think the answer to your question might lie in our next topic. So we're gonna push.
Did you actually do the?
Hey, boys and girls, come on in. So here's the thing. It seems like one way to stop corruption would be to kick them out, which is what several African nations
I think they got kicked out.
Are experiencing right now. Yeah, Mali. Everybody's talking about Burkina Faso, right? Okay. Traore is the leader there.
Yeah,
and he is kicking the French out. They are taking over. They're taking back their minds, and this is something that could honestly collapse French dollars. Like,
right,
they're kind of in panic mode. Like, Macron is even out there like,
what do we do? Oh.
And he's trying to say things like they should, one day they'll thank us for being there. That old colonizer mentality.
You'll thank me for sexually abusing your mother.
Yeah, but when you have the amount of corruption, subjugation, and abuse that many African nations have faced, not just by the French, but obviously the British, Dutch, Portuguese, Spanish,
and they got a leader that's like M'Baku. He's like, "Are you done? Are you done yet?"
Exactly.
Because this dude is not playing. He's like, "Look, that land that you took before, pertaining to all that bullshit, that's ours again. All the mines that you thought that you could just run over us. Well, guess what? You're lucky we're vegetarians."
I mean, it's getting so bad that Trump has just accepted a whole ass load of Afrikaners.
Actually,
white people were getting kicked out of fucking South Africa.
They didn't get kicked out. He expedited it because they said they were being
like there's some kind of genocide.
There's no genocide going on. They already checked that. They already said that there's no genocide. They are just doing that because they were like, first he said no refugees. Then he said, well, if they're refugees, if they're pigmentally,
Yeah, we know we know what refugees you want.
So I mean, that's there's people talking about it online. I know a lot of people looking at it now. That's some crazy shit to say. No, you can't come in. Y'all are refugees, but these refugees are different. And not only we're gonna give them housing, I just posted something and got like 3,000 hits like that. Where the housing, we're giving you housing, food, phones, everything, toiletries, which I think is fucking, that's really bad.
That we're giving to
them toiletries
to the Afrikaners.
Yeah, Afrikaners, and they're the ones that came up with apartheid. They shouldn't get toiletries. They should not be able to wipe their ass with a calm mind.
Yeah, you African booty scratchers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't feel so good.
How's it feel now? No, but I just feel like that's what's going on right now. If you look at what's going on, the way they're doing it, come on, man.
Well, I mean, so
it's pretty obvious.
So a redistribution of wealth obviously needs to occur, and these are the parallels that I'm seeing between this situation in let's be frank, where in Africa, Europeans are being kicked out. Europe is getting kicked off the continent.
They're suggesting you leave or else.
Well, and from what I've heard, there haven't been those like threats of violence in that sense.
If I was there, though,
right?
If I was there, y'all would be getting the fuck on. Y'all be
But
how do you say get to stepping in African?
I wouldn't even know. But
no, man.
But yeah, I mean, and get to stepping is something we need to say here to the GOP, to MAGA, to
it's not going to happen.
White Christian conservatives who want this to be a
no. You can't even talk about that. You know why? Because what they're going to do is they're going to populate America with a lot of Afrikaners, and there's a lot of rich. They're really rich because they said there's
because they stole all the shit.
Yeah, because 9% of the population over there that are black own property. The rest are owned by everybody. Afrikaner,
and they're probably 90% of the population blacks,
right? So if you look at it this way, I mean, the only way we could do it is, I'm saying Killmonger. I'm going with the Black Panther.
This is your king.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Well, I
use.
Well, first of all,
what is it? Admanium. What's it called?
Vibranium.
Well, there's one called Admanium, Vibranium, and we use it just like Killmonger said. We can free our people, and then.
Well, I mean, these nations are not in a Killmonger sense.
Kill anybody.
Yeah, no, but you are seeing with Traore in Burkina Faso, like them making education free up through university. And using their natural resources, their vibranium to pay for the services and infrastructure that their population needs, because that was ultimately the problem. And it's one of those things when these colonizers, they really piss me off when it's just like, You didn't even have pants when we got here. You're plowing fields with a dressy spoon, and it's just like
eating bugs.
Yeah, it's like, well, and that's if you live at the equator in sub-Saharan Africa, the fuck would you need pants for?
Right?
Do you know how dickhole hot it is?
You know what? Socks aren't big.
Yeah, why the fuck would you take animal fur and wrap it around yourself? Like. You fucking dummies. Yeah.
40 degrees.
If your people grew up in the fucking Swiss Alps, yeah, you probably wrap a moose around your neck and go skiing.
But until then, I don't get it. But I've seen a couple of British Afrikaners, I guess, because they live in Britain. I don't know.
No, Lord.
And they were saying that, hey, without us, where would you have been? Free motherfucker.
We was doing shit before we had language and culture.
Like you showed up and all of a sudden you weren't aliens. we figured shit out.
First of all, if we really want to get into
it, it wasn't us.
No, but like
it wasn't us.
Egypt,
I like toiletries, so I couldn't fuck with
it. Greece, which is like the beginning of sort of European civilization in a truly modernized sense, or civilized,
I would
quote unquote,
say
sense.
Greece. If you look at Egypt,
no, I'm saying European.
Oh, European. Okay, yes,
but that's built off of Egypt, right? Like Pythagoras had to go to Alexandria,
to
learn math, right? Like this, so like this is
all of the
so Greece is based off of Egypt.
Yes,
that falls. Rome falls. What happens to Europe? They go into the Dark Ages. It's literally called the Dark Ages. Europe went back to caves.
Well, let's go back to the caves.
After Rome and shit, they went back to the cave. Yeah. And then the Moors showed up. You know, Muslims from Africa and the Middle East.
That's what
and we're like, y'all should probably stop eating with the hands you just wiped your ass with.
Yeah.
Here's some toilet paper, guys. It made me want to shower a bit.
If you look at it, I said toiletry, the whole toilet thing was brought in by the Moors.
I mean, you know,
you can look it up, by the way. You can Google it if you think I'm just saying shit up top.
But that is a byproduct and one of the main products of white supremacist, idiocracy is that you erase all of this African history.
Yeah.
But the reality is there were these great civilizations that were advanced. We're still trying to figure out what the fuck Egypt is about. You know what I mean?
No, still. But you know what that's from? Spaceships.
Aliens. You think Negroes built this?
I'm telling you, it wasn't the Egyptians.
So
it was brought here by Chris Tucker, and I don't know if you know that. And he brought it down from the spaceship, and that's how we got paid.
Come in, my man. Come in, my man. I don't feel so good. But
why do you get most of the?
We see the movies, dog. Yeah. But going to the current day and situation, this idea that like these nations need French, English, Dutch guidance or whatever, it's just completely ridiculous.
Aren't they descendants of Dutch?
Probably.
I remember hearing that they're basically descendants of the Dutch, and a lot of them that came over, I think it was 60 that came to Dulles Airport, and they did a big press release and showed all of them.
Yeah.
And they're waving the American flag and stuff. And that's where I got pissed off. Where we're like, hey, we're going to give them everything. We're going to make, and here's
your AR-15.
Yeah. There's people that are veterans that are here that can't even get a fucking hot meal, but we're giving these people this. And I'm talking about veterans.
Black, it doesn't matter.
I'd never mentioned that. When I say veterans, I got in an argument online and the dude tried to threaten me, said, we could meet up. I said, oh, yeah, we could. And then I'll see you on the corner and I'll run over you with my car. Go for that bullshit. No, dude. Yeah,
he just set off some firecrackers and fuck with this. She gets shell shocked and shit.
No, but there were some. I was saying I never said black or white veterans. I said veterans, and then he was like, "Oh, you just want black veterans to get all of the benefits because we got black fatigue." And I can't believe it. I was like, "No, I never said that." And then I just went off. I said, "It ain't about black or white. It's about fuck you." Yeah. Whoever you are, fuck. His name is Mr. Dibbs, Dibbs. Fuck him. They call and yeah, not. They called me Mr. Tibbs. Yeah. No, his is. I remember because when I looked at his picture, I was like, "The fuck is wrong with this dude?"
Well,
and I hope he don't run up on me because I'm hitting with my car. I'm so past.
Well, okay, since you got us there,
yeah,
then we're gonna talk about it.
What?
Because this is a heavy one, y'all. Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. By the way, make sure you do like Lady Hazel May, Damani Jones, B Rose. I see you out there. And hit us up, you know what I'm saying, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/C/SavageAF World, like the letter C.
And also make sure you follow us on Instagram at Comedian Shang, at Black Pedro.
Yes,
because Instagram and YouTube go hand in hand. They're like two toilet paper and a butt. Nothing better together.
Yes. But you did mention vehicular homicide. So that being said,
I did mention it.
I mean,
I didn't mention it.
You kind of suggested.
I suggested it that if
a car could be a weapon
goes down, I'm more prone to hit somebody with my car. And when I was younger, I would tackle you and we'd scuffle and we'd squabble. But now I just think vehicular homicide is the way to go if you're gonna do it.
Well, if you're gonna do it, that sounds hypothetical, but somebody did, and that being a case where a young black teenager was unalived by the police, as they tend to do. And I believe the day
that
after,
so cryptic to say, as they tend to do,
tend to do.
Like we're so used to it. That's like, what time is when it? It's just Tuesday,
as they call it, their job.
Yeah.
But and upon the father seeing the police body cam footage of the unaliving of his son, the next day ran over and killed with his car a sort of random police officer who was directing traffic in the street. And the controversy of this story obviously is, I think, as we in the Black community, and while you don't really want to condone violence,
it keeps saying that.
I mean, we don't want to, right? Like, I just want to tell jokes and smoke weed. I don't really want to do all this shit.
Toiletries and nice linen.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
But it's bringing back the old Chris Rock joke. Is like about OJ. It's like, I'm not saying he should have did it, but I understand, and that is, I think, the overwhelming sentiment that you're getting from the Black community, that we have seen this too much. I think we've all said, even Kendrick said, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody killed my son, that means somebody getting killed, right? Like, there is this sense of like, if you took somebody from me in this egregiously wrong manner, then that, it might be hard for me to hold back myself from seeking revenge and trying to avenge that death. Well, it's and other people are like, well, he didn't even kill the guys who killed his son.
I know, but
it's kind of like
that it's temporary insanity. I think you got to say he went bonkers. But I understand there was 180,000 different Black men that put memes up and videos up, like saying eye for an eye. It's eye for your whole asshole. Your whole asshole. If you take my son, I'm going to your house. I'm gonna kill your wife. I'm gonna kill your kids, and I have kids that I thought that many times. Yeah. I tried to beat a lady with the little divider at Ralph's.
The grocery divider.
The grocery divider.
Well, her avocado got on your side.
No, I'm holding Cameron, and she was like, "Oh, look at the little monkey."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "What you say?" And she said, "Is that your little monkey? I guess you're the big monkey, and he's the little monkey." And the dude looked at me, and the dude that was behind the thing looked at me. I looked at him. I went, oh no, bitch.
Hold my son.
No, I had him in this arm, and I took the little divider, and I missed her with the first one, and she fell back like, oh my God, like she didn't know what the fuck she said.
Yeah.
So imagine you unalive my son. Imagine if I did. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean,
that's understandable.
I mean, I like I said, this is the controversy of it. It's like, as a Black community in America, we're not a monolith, but I think an overwhelming majority of us understand why he did this. Yeah. And we do understand why.
You understand why, but okay, I'm going to use Pedro as an example for anybody that has ever watched the show. Pedro's the one that actually got me thinking about guns. Because I never thought about it before. Like, I need a gun. And this dude got an arsenal now. And your logic for it was like, no, I'm not going to be standing there with my dick in my hand if shit go down.
But that's more like a self-defense mindset that I was in and that I am in. This is a guy who sought revenge. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is, it's one of those situations where it does test your humanity and your own sort of sanity,
right?
Because we understand what he did. Like,
you understand what he did, but he hit the wrong cop, right?
I mean, yes, he hit a cop and killed a cop that had nothing to do with the actual incident.
Why am I laughing? I'm laughing because he said I could see him driving.
I mean, but at that point, he's
insane.
He's attacking the institution of policing.
Oh, but the reason I said that in the beginning is,
and he's understandably insane, too, right? Like,
insane.
It's not like you're saying that he's casually, right? Yeah, like
snapped. But if you look at when he's walking in and he's looking at the cops, There was about 150 cops that showed up.
I mean, there was
3,000 cops showed up.
There was a lot of officers who showed up to his arraignment, or one of his court appearances, and he stood tall with his chin up. Look, there was two of them that looked like the Cracker Killer twins or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they look like they put the coup.
Wait a minute, the Cracker Killer twins.
They put the coup
classic.
They put the coup and the Klux in Ku Klux Klan, and those cops were staring him down, and he was looking right back at him.
Like, if I wasn't in these chains,
I wish I could have gotten all y'all in that intersection.
And I'd kill all. No, but I just
and I hope they burn it.
It made me think about what would I do with my children, and I don't know. I think my life would be over.
It's truly tragic, because
I think
the son is gone, and now the father has ruined his life. There's a police officer who wasn't involved in this particular instance, and maybe traffic officer Joe was a piece of shit too. Maybe they were a decent cop.
What if he was the one good cop? Shit.
You know what I mean? It causes and creates this domino effect of violence and tragedy that doesn't solve the original problem. All that being said,
right,
I completely understand why he did it. And I don't have kids. I don't have kids.
I'm going to give you a hypothetical. Yeah. If that happened with you, and the cop did something, took the life of your child, your daughter, what would Black Pedro do in that scenario? Obviously the switch is gonna click. You're like, I might have to,
I'd probably go through logical progressions of sanity.
Right.
So
would the first thing you think is, man, I need to gas up the car?
Well, no, but no. It would be like, I would first rely on the system to convict these officers of wrongfully killing a loved one.
Cops rarely get convicted. I
would let that play out. I would let that play out.
Okay.
Sentencing might play into it. Let's say they get convicted, but get kind of slap on the wrist sentence.
Only 2 months. 2 months. They only get 2 months.
Guess where I'm gonna be 2 months later?
See,
nigga, right outside the jail.
Right.
And if they got acquitted, and it's clearly a wrongful death situation, murder, as we might call it.
Well, really?
That's it would be something I would consider. I'm not gonna say and be like, there's just never a reason to. Are you fucking crazy? Like, bro, no. And like I said, I don't have kids, but I can totally empathize. If that happened to my mother, if that happened to my sister, my lady,
I know for a fact, if some cop did something heinous to your sister, I know that I'd be like, collect call coming from.
I'd be like, can we do the show from the cell today?
Yeah. Today on Savage AF.
Hey, Mark, can you link into the tail pen system?
Yeah. So I really do think that, it would be a wrap for me. But I have had a long life, and I would feel like, well, my life's over because somebody got to pay. And if the system because the system constantly lets cops off, that. I mean, blatant shit that they like. You did it, cop, and they still, or they'll let them get a tap on the wrist for some shit that anybody else would go to jail for 20 years. Yeah. So I would think if my son Cameron, or even my other son is Xavier, both of them, it would be. Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I guess for me, just to play the devil's advocate or whatever, like, I guess I would feel really okay about these set of events.
What do you mean?
I would be okay with him seeking and getting, avenging his son's death. I would feel better about it if he had gotten the specific cops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then, you know, not to get silly with it, but if it turned into some John Wick, you killed my puppy type shit, and he went through and fucked up a bunch of cops, that the ones that were involved, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that might be a situation where I'm like,
before, where there was a cop that
a black cop, right? Who,
he said, okay, you guys are trying to screw me over. I'm taking all of you out, and they had to send a robot in to kill him.
Yeah, no, he went on some shooter type shit.
Yeah, no, that's a true story.
Yeah,
no, that, and people think I was making that up. I'm like, no, he snapped.
Yeah.
But I think this guy, if you saw the video and I saw some of the background, he snapped. So I think his defense, even though we're not allowed to have self-defense and we're not allowed to have any kind of defense. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Wait, say it again.
We're not allowed to have defense in the criminal system.
Yeah, no,
if he snapped, you got to give it to him.
Oh yeah, Christopher Dorner is the guy you were talking about. Yeah,
no, that really. See, people thought, oh man, that's a movie. No, that's a real life, and he was like an expert. Yeah, he was
2012 or 2013. So I mean, for me, it's like.
But you said that you'd beat it. Like if you admitted it in 2 months if they got off.
But you know, I would be, but I would be targeting the cops
specific
involved.
Cops.
Yeah.
I said he snapped and he just saw cop.
Yeah, he attacked the institution.
Right.
And as crazy as that is, I understand, and I guess this is what hits me hard with this story. And it's almost like the movie Seven. Like you could understand what he did. Like there's some of his rationale is like, yeah, society is fucked up. There is gluttony. Yeah, but I mean, does that mean you force feed a fat dude until he explodes? Like,
no,
I know, but you had a point.
You can write him a bad letter or make a bad comment on their like page or something.
Yeah, but with this one, it's like I totally understand why he did it, and I can't even say it's hard for me to say he shouldn't have done that. Really? Like it's really hard to, and that's what he shouldn't have
ran over the wrong cop.
I understand why he did though.
I think he just went. I thought he went bonkers.
How do we know that random cop? Maybe he's directing traffic because he killed a teen last week, and they're like, just go shuffle cars until we sweep this under the rug. Yeah, it's like, well, you know, it's the institution of policing in America is just a shitty institution. It's a bad job. It has some good people in it, I'm sure, but they're still in a bad job. So in that sense, given what had happened and what this father was going through, I just completely understand why. I can't sit here and be like, well, why didn't he just get the cops? It's because he didn't give a fuck. Like, why would you anymore? Like, cop is a cop. It's all the same to him at this point. Like, I understand how he could have gotten there. I'm not endorsing it in that sense.
So you're not,
but I just don't want to play naive. I think it's too easy to say he should have done this, he should have done that, he shouldn't have done this, he shouldn't have done that.
Well, a lot of people in the feed feel the same way too. I think that they feel like, you know, if you look at most people feel like you take my loved one away, my wife, or every movie's based on, you know, you took out my wife, now I'm killing everybody. You know,
was it
there's a movie that just came out
called like The Amateur or something.
The Amateur, yeah.
It's about the
first 10 minutes is love and my wife, and look how beautiful we are together. And then after that, he's like, yo, everybody getting it. That's how some people think. I feel like he shouldn't have hit the wrong.
No,
that's where my head's at. Like, yo, why would you run over? That was.
But that's what I'm saying. I know why he did it.
Oh, okay.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would if I snapped, I would plan to hit the cops. So it's different. It would be calculated. I mean, but you know what I mean. But at the same point, it's hard for me to just be like, why would he do that? I know why. Because he didn't give a fuck.
I can see Pedro. The dude he got out. He's sitting there with his family at Applebee's, and the waiter comes up, and the camera pans up, and it's Pedro. Yeah, what would you like? Would you?
Nigga, I'd be, bro. They'd be at the Irish pub like, and all the years, and then I was like,
everybody getting
bar,
it.
dog. But
I just could see that. And then when he goes, "I'll take a plate of chicken fingers," and you're like, you know what's gonna come with that? Bullets,
side ass,
yeah,
whooping. Treehead says, "Where you Negroes been? We at Petty Cash Studios now." Aaron Kingsley said, "Well, when did you get a studio?" We've been in Petty Cash,
but
for
not this is
a new room for
a
us.
Different room than
Red room. Yeah. But
this one, only thing different about this one, I feel like the walls are going to start bleeding and screaming at me.
Yeah, no, I'm sure somebody's been killed here.
Somebody's been unalived here for sure.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's got that vibe, but they were cool, so they're
but we're here.
They're not haunting it.
Yeah, we're here.
But yeah, guys, so hopefully this never happens to anybody we know. Please seek, mental health and counseling advice if you do end up in a traumatic situation like this. But again,
or you get a temporary job at Applebee's.
And it's hard because you also don't want the black community to think, oh yeah, we should go out and start this war with the cops. I mean, I don't know how y'all are posseed up or trained like that.
You didn't see what happened in Mississippi when
Mississippi
and Mississippi and also and I forget the other area where they started wilding on the cops, and they were like, the government was like, well, send them tanks, and they sent a bunch of tanks and straight up war machines down there.
They bombed. Yesterday was the anniversary of the bombing of the move.
And yeah, a whole block they get
Philadelphia.
So you don't want to get evicted. So
we'll bomb your ass. All right, Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. All right, we got a little bit of time left, so we're gonna squeeze in our last two segments.
It better not be nothing about no Detroit team.
Well, it's related.
Because I'm kidding.
It's my turn to burn, and your boy, when I give it to you, it's Black Pedro pop-in time. I'm gonna give it to you a little something like this.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. Ha! All right, choose your hard, and no, this is not a porn category. You nasty motherfuckers out there, okay?
A lot of freaks.
This is the motto that Detroit Lions general manager Brad Holmes, who has done a brilliant job over the past couple of years of putting together one of the better teams in the league. But this was his commencement message to a crowd of graduates, was to choose your hard. And it hit hard for me.
That sounds really...
Well, you got to explain it. I know it sounds, but I said, get your minds out the gutter. But he said,
it's porn.
Going to the gym and working out and staying fit is hard. Being obese is hard. Choose your hard. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like, and he gave a bunch of other metaphors and examples. But I think you get the point. If you don't, swallow a hot iron. But the point is, life ain't easy, right? We say it and it sounds cliche, but it really is. And we sit here and we make these decisions every day that
I disagree. Okay.
Could affect our lives, in ways we don't even know. And you gotta choose. You gotta choose the hard thing. And be happy with that.
Your whole fucking popping.
I'm feeling motivated, baby.
I'm just saying.
I'm up right now. I'm choosing hard. Okay. I'm doing everything the hard way. Nothing's ever going to be easy, and I'm going to fucking succeed because of that.
Choose hard.
Now get out in the field and score.
No, I think that life is not hard.
Doing the right thing is hard.
No, it's not.
But it is a choice.
No, I think that, like you said, he's saying everything is hard. No, not if you were born with $200 million, from your daddy.
Shang, do you know how hard it is to choose which Jaguar to take? You sound like a poor Negro.
I am sorry.
Oh my God!
I forgot caviar or not.
Do we take the helicopter or not? These are decisions.
I think that there are people that are in the world. I mean, there's things you can make your life harder. I can say a lot of people in my family make their life harder than it is. than it should be. But I think that there's a lot of people that don't have to choose nothing. And I don't mean just the super rich. I mean the privileged.
Yeah.
The people with privilege, pretty privilege, a whole bunch. There's a lot of pretty women that don't have to choose how much they're going to spend at a bar because they know that everybody buying them drinks. So there's no choice.
Yeah, but sucking dick is hard. You know what I mean? And a lot of times you got to do that to get the drink.
Wow. That is a good
See, point. And that came back. That came back around. Hey, yo.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just
got
saying.
Your ass.
You know, yeah, okay, but I'm saying, okay, back shots is a little bit.
Like, buying your own drinks is hard.
Yeah, okay.
Sucking dick for drinks is hard.
Yeah,
like you have to choose.
I don't know. I think.
See what I mean?
Yeah,
it works, and it works for everything. Eating dry cereal is hard. Eating soggy cereal is hard. Choose your hard.
I just
eat the cereal faster.
I feel like my life right now, there's aspects of it is hard, but there's a lot that are much better than some guy that's living under a bridge. That's hard. Yeah. Like me, like, oh man, I got a spot at the Improv and it only gave me 10 minutes. Like that's
but hard. Getting spots at the Improv is hard. For any comedian, to be honest.
For any comedian, yeah.
And then let alone a Negro yeah. like you. And that's not a shot at the Improv. I love them. They passed me a long time ago. You know, I love that place. But in industry wide in general, right?
Oh, yeah, like, no, comedy's hard.
It's a little bit harder for men, for women, for black people. Like you know,
there's stuff in life that you choose where you choose to make it harder. How about that?
Well, and I think that goes to the point, though. It's like when he says it, you know, being fit is hard, being obese is hard, right? So, yes, going to the gym is hard, but you complicate your life more, you know, by being unhealthy, right? So,
I don't know how to. I'm still like the fact you said sucking dick is hard.
I mean, so I've heard. I would imagine for a lady who needs a fucking drink and can't afford one.
Well, somebody
and ends up having to. Diddy's on trial for it right now.
Right, that's true. But somebody that's dabbled in hobo hos, I would imagine, it's what's harder, homelessness or popping a cock in your mouth.
Now, I will say, I fed her.
Homelessness is.
I fed her.
You did feed her.
Okay. And then I gave her quality dick.
Okay, so
honestly, that she got the good end of the
right.
of
I understand.
That's all I'm saying.
But how hard was that for her? Not really.
Yeah, not well.
So she got.
I mean, but being homeless is hard.
Yeah.
Like she essentially had to give up some pussy that night, and got lucky that she got a quality lay out of it. Call your boy, ladies, if you need help. But if you need a place to stay,
are fucking bananas. That is crazy.
Lady Hazel May said, "I've never had to suck a dick for a free drink." Well, you should give a C. First of all, our studio producer said yet, but but also,
it's coming.
Yeah, you just don't. You know, you should give a seminar then, like teach other ladies how not to. But some of these women are out here. You know, they're licking sweaty club balls.
Yeah.
So, just for that Long Island. Yeah, these are hard times, y'all. So stick with the ladies, but choose your heart, because either way, shit's about to get hard, right? Like, defending the Constitution is hard. Living in a fascist society is hard. Which one you really want to do, right? So it's a mentality that I'm applying to my life. Do what you want with it. That's your Black Pedro popping for today. Shang, get us out of here with your Shangri.
My Shangri is...
You don't sound very Shangri right there.
No, my Shangri is I'm trying not to let this bullshit get to me and end up in a car.
Yeah, it's in there.
Driving on a road somewhere and decide to go up on the sidewalk and do something bad. So that's my Shangri.
That's your Shangri for
No!
it's hard not to be judgmental and to paint people with a broad brush, but I don't know if I want to let people into the juke joint. And for the people that don't know what I'm talking about, there's a movie called Sinners. And when I saw the movie Sinners, I thought about that.
Nobody's seen it.
Nobody's seen it. It's a little movie that's not making a lot of noise right now. But the thing is, I understand now there's some people you shouldn't let into the juke joint. And I mean pertaining to your life. I feel like that with my family right now, where I let them into I knew I shouldn't have let these motherfuckers in. All of them are vampires. Every single one of them will suck the life out of me, and all the money I done made as a convict is gone because I'm helping my fucking family. So you can't let them into the juke joint. And I don't mean, people always make it racial. Oh, you don't want to let the white people. There's white people I've let into my juke joint, but there's some that I don't want to let into the juke joint. If you got a MAGA hat on, you can't come in the juke joint. I don't care. I don't care if you're not a vampire. You got a MAGA hat on. You can't come in the juke joint. All right? If you ever looked at little girls through a peephole, you can't come in the juke joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed in. If you ever did some creepy shit like that, if you ever smelled somebody's seat when they left, you can't come in the juke joint.
JD Vance.
JD Vance.
We're talking to you, buddy.
If you ever fucked the couch,
Mr. Love Seat.
if you ever said grabbing a pussy is okay because you're famous and it's okay, you're not allowed in. And I've realized I'm going to start closing the door on the juke joint, and I'm not letting them in. And the movie made me think about it because I saw it twice now. I went to see this movie twice.
Yeah.
There was a certain point where he's like, I know that's my boy. Listen, Cornbread, I feel you, but you can't come in. And I was right. So I'm saying there's a lot of people that you shouldn't let in your juke joint. Don't let them come in your juke joint if they're going to fuck up your energy and your everything else, because then what happens? They're walking across the street, you're gunning your car, things happen. That's my Shangri for today.
Don't let anybody in your juke joint unless you're getting a free drink, ladies. Okay,
or
juke it up.
Or if they suck dick,
it's hard.
Then you can come in the juke joint.
Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. That's your Shangri for today. That's your show for today.
In the red room.
You know what it is. We're in the red room. I think we might stay in this room.
You like this?
I kind of like it.
I love Burger King.
you like the cafe?
Oh yeah, I love the colors and the brightness and the way it pops.
Okay.
Yeah. You just asked me.
I kind of like the it has the hidden library sex room vibe to it.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, you know okay. I mean? Like, eyes wide shut. What the fuck is that?
I mean, it's kind of cool.
I like the fact that it could be a possible sex den. No, dude, there's 3 dudes in here. We don't want the sex den vibe.
Well, I'm just saying, when we bring the hookers in,
then it's different.
And
that's
then you did
that's after
this has good body disposal vibes about it.
Yeah, that didn't sell it.
I think the access to the alley is key. Yeah, then the carpet's here to roll up. See, the cafe didn't have no carpet.
Yeah.
Plus, at cafe, stricter health code laws, and you don't want a surprise inspection while you're grinding ankles into meat bags.
Okay, hard eyes.
I'm shocked I have to explain this to you. Savage AF, man, fuck your feelings. Facts matter, guys. That's your show for today. I don't know why I just confessed to murder.
And a lot of it.
Yeah. We'll be back next week, man. Make sure you
yes.
And then we like to clip out the show and give you snippets on our IG. So at Black Pedro, at Comedian Shane.
Yes.
YouTube.com/C/SavageAF World. And the full episode will be up. But we'll also have those snippets for you that you can share and send out to your friends, them clips.
Yep.
That being said, just a bit of advice. If you are white and you voted for Donald Trump, you are either really, really rich, really, really racist, or both. And if you are not white and you voted for Donald Trump, fuck it, you dumb.
Wow.
Deuces.
That was different.